at least 20 people are dead in an accident and scores are feared injured after a bus they were traveling in plunged into the Nithi River.
That's right. The bus belonging to Modern Bus is said to have developed brake failure, hit an oncoming vehicle before plunging into the river. That's 40 meters down. Police and rescue teams say a number of those injured have been moved to Chogoria and Chuka hospitals. We are now joined by Peter Abwao, communications manager at the Kenya Red Cross, to tell us more. Peter, what is the situation right now in terms of rescue efforts? I know right now it's a bit dark and that is hampering efforts, but what is the situation now?
Good evening. Hello, good evening, Jeff and Vicky.
Good evening, Peter. Yes, go ahead. What's the situation on the ground?
Oh, yes, the rescue efforts for now have temporarily been suspended because it's dark. But those that are injured have been moved to the Chuka Level 5 hospital and and several other hospitals in Nithi. And those that have sadly lost their lives have already been also evacuated to the nearest funeral homes.
Yeah, Peter, do we know exactly what happened?
We do not know the exact number yet, because several rescue efforts, several rescue teams have been on the ground. But I think this information will come out clearly as we get into tomorrow, and as we reconcile the numbers. However, from our teams on the ground, at least about 20 people could have lost their lives.
And Peter, this particular spot is quite common in terms of accidents known as a notorious black spot. I know you're not an engineer, but what protective measures have been put in place at least to deal with this, since it is a known area where accidents do occur?
I think generally people are just advised to be cautious as they approach Nithi Bridge. As you have said rightly, there have been several accidents in the past. So I think it's just a question of drivers taking more caution when they are approaching these dangerous spots.
Peter, did this accident happen during the daytime, or do we know what time of day it happened?
Yes, it's about slightly after 6 p.m. This afternoon, or this evening.
I know there are also some fears that some passengers were swept downriver. Do you have any information on that?
Hello?
Yes, Peter, can you hear me?
I think I seem to be losing you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay,
fantastic. There were reports that some passengers had been swept away by the river. Any reports on that, information on that?
We cannot confirm that. However, like I have said, because it is dark, we may resume, our teams, some divers may resume some search tomorrow morning. And if there are any passengers that would have been swept away, would maybe recovered.
Yeah, there may be some family members who bade goodbye to their loved ones and were going on that bus. What do you tell them now, Peter? What information do you give them?
I think we will continue to engage family members. We will continue to provide them with support as more information comes in, whether their loved ones have been rescued to the hospital or maybe among those that have sadly lost their lives. We will continue to work with the families.
Thank you so much, Peter Abwao, Communications Manager at the Kenya Red Cross, giving us an update on the tragic accident at the Nithi River Bridge.
That's right, where maybe up to 20 people are feared dead, scores injured.